Alright, it's live video working, hopefully. So you guys can see my Ceratosaurus that I'm sculpting. I need some gooier clay here. There we go. Alright. So I'm just starting to put the final layer of flesh on this guy before I start sculpting the skin detail. It's like they're going to just do a little live video quickly, probably not very long. So I previously filled in the muscles and then around the eye and stuff. So now I'm just kind of working in between. Hopefully I can keep this video alive and still, there we go. You don't need to see me. It's going to be a little bit different. So sometimes you got to turn the sculpture as you're working on it. So that's why I built it on this pipe. Anybody who sculpts already knows all about this stuff. So okay, just need a little piece up here. Just gonna try and get that in properly, and then I'll use the tools. So you don't even need that much clay. There we go. Now I got this rake tool, so I can get rid of some of this clay because it's too thick. So losing some of my clay here. Let's rip it down. Get it right down here. So this is a 3rd scale Ceratosaurus, and the clay I'm using is monster clay, just if anybody's curious about that. I heard a lot about this monster clay for quite a while now, and I was like, wow, I just have to try this out. So I bought a 5-pound pack of the medium monster clay, and works pretty well, I'd say. I like it so far. Holds detail really well. I like the fact that you can melt it. If I tried to do that with Sculpey, it would immediately bake it and it would be ruined. So I don't think I'd ever abandon Sculpey. I mean, I love it. It's great. But it has its purpose too. When I do the small, like when I sculpt like a 20th scale or 15 or 18 scale, I probably will always stick with Sculpey. I mean, I've never tried Sculpey one in monster clay, so I don't know. So we're getting around this eye here. I just want to get this filled in. See, this is the great thing about this monster clay here, because right now it's it's soft. I've got it in a crock pot behind me here. You can't see it, but so I've got it soft, like I said, and I'll work this, and then I'll leave it, and then it gets really super hard. But the cool thing is I can come in here with this torch, soften it up, start working in the skin detail. So I don't have to worry about it, like, oh no, it's gonna get too hard and I can't do anything with it. It's great material. It's kind of like clay and wax mixed together. So yeah, like I said, I really enjoy it. I think it's a really awesome clay. So I don't know if you guys can see my references over here. This is Gregory S. Paul's Ceratosaurus, and I'm kind of going for that classic 90s theropod look. Yes, it is monster clay, and somebody's asking about the skull here, I think. If you're talking about this stuff underneath, this skull, I actually got it off eBay. So it's just a resin skull. I don't know if it was 3D printed or if it was a scan of something, like a scan of an actual fossil, but yeah, anyway, I saw it on eBay and it looked fairly accurate, so I was like, oh, I've always wanted to try building a face over a skull. Um, I watched some videos back in the day there with Paul Sereno when he found a lot of his dinosaurs. He had a sculptor who would put a face on the skull, and I just thought that was so cool, and I've always wanted to try it, so I figured now's the chance. So I've actually found a couple other 3D skulls, like 3D files, and I'm actually having an Allosaurus one printed um, right now, and should be coming this week. So I'm really excited about that because Allosaurus is definitely my #1 favorite. And I'd say Ceratosaurus or Carnotaurus would probably be pretty even for second. What else do you prefer? I don't know if you're asking about other kinds of clays. The other kind of clay I prefer is Sculpey and also Epoxy Sculpt. I use Epoxy Sculpt a lot underneath my sculptures, even if I'm doing a piece in Sculpey. I just find it works so much better for strength, especially in pieces you're going to cut up to mold and cast. So, which I will show you guys shortly. I'm going to actually try and get into getting some videos done again. I've been kind of slacking on that. I've had some other projects on the go that I've had to get ready fast, and I just released a 1/15 scale Ceratosaurus. So I've been working on that. And of course, getting ready to go to Wonderfest. And if you guys don't know what Wonderfest is, check it out for sure. It is one of the best shows ever, and there's some pretty amazing dinosaur sculptors there. I know Shane Folks goes there every year. David Silva um, goes there every year. So there's some good sculptors there. Lots of cool dinosaur kits and stuff. Very rare stuff. Sometimes you'll find you can't get anywhere else. So definitely the place to go if you like dinosaurs and superheroes and Star Wars and pretty much anything else to do with special effects or any of that kind of stuff. This clay is getting a little, it's still soft. I like it even a little bit softer, so I'm going to go in and get some of my really warm clay. The thing that's awesome about this monster clay is that you can melt it right now. Look at how gooey that is. Like, it's really super gooey. So you can melt this in a crock pot. It actually melts down, and you can pour it into your mold. So say, you become a better sculptor over time, and like my Ceratosaurus, right? I have molds for it. I could pour this monster clay once I melt it down into molds and let it harden, pull it out, and then sculpt better detail into it. So it's really quite amazing stuff. Yeah, I'm really digging it. So if anybody out there who's watching this is an up and coming sculptor or sculpts already and doesn't really use it, you should definitely give it a try. I'm sure there's many other types of clay that people could recommend too. I know a lot of people like Chavant and stuff like that, which I've never actually tried any of that stuff yet, but I've heard it's good. I know that's like an industry standard in movie making. And if you watch the Stan Winston School of Character Arts videos, I know they use that a lot in there. And while we're on that topic for a minute, I will say that if you want to learn new things, that's the place to check out. That is definitely a place you want to check out if you want to learn to sculpt. It's just got so many good resources, and we all know that Stan Winston himself was involved with Jurassic Park, the dinosaurs. So they're that effects company knows a little bit about dinosaurs, I'd say. I mean, for its time, it was pretty accurate. I kind of messed up my detail that I already put in here. So, if any one of you who's watching now doesn't follow my YouTube channel, you should check it out and subscribe if you like it. I try to do as much sculpting, airbrushing, anything art and dinosaur related. I try to do that on there, plus some reviews of products that I use. I got a review of Dave's epoxy sculpt up there recently, and it's, like I said, it's pretty good clay. I'm going to do a review of this monster clay and put it up on there. I'm going to try to do some reviews of some newer model kits that I'm picking up, and some I have on my shelf that I haven't ever got around to reviewing. So I'm going to do that too, and also do some reviews on a new paint I'm about to check out. Mission model paints. I don't know if anybody who's watching has ever heard of them, but I know around the armor community, like the people who build tanks and planes and stuff, they're really raving about it. It's a new product, and apparently it's really good. And it's odorless paint, so it doesn't stink like my trusty old Tamiya's, however you would say that. But it's just as good as them without the nasty smells, you know, like Tamiya's lacquer thinners and stuff. They're really smelly. Still love them though. Yeah, in the future, I'd like to do a Spinosaurus and a Carcharodontosaurus. I think both those species are really cool. I know Spinosaurus has a lot of controversy around it as far as the whole, you know, walking on his knuckles and all that stuff. Whether that was actually true, and maybe his legs were actually a little bit longer than what they figured in the 2014 or 2015 reconstructions. So, but still, I mean, it'd be so cool to do a sculpture of that. If I do a Spinosaurus, it would be the full Spinosaurus, not a bust like this, unless I can find a really good skull. I think if I'm going to do these, I'd like to find skulls for them, and hopefully connect with some paleontologists who scan their skulls in, because I know when you look at a lot of the new works that come out, like when a species is discovered, that you'll see like a 3D scan, like the new ankylosaur found by the ROM, that you can go on YouTube and actually see a 3D scan. So that means it's in the computer in 3D. So to get a hold of a file like that, print it out, and then sculpt over top of that, I mean, you couldn't get any more accurate than that. So, you know, I think that would be really cool. So I'm not going to really worry about the horns, the brow horns, or the nasal horn today. When I come back to this guy, then I'll worry about that. I'm just trying to get the basic shape of the face in here, because these would be the bones, so they're going to be higher in real life. If you look at again, Greg Paul's version, this is quite a bit higher, and most likely would be. So, and again, I'll keep researching as I go along and looking at different specimens and seeing what's out there before I do this part. The face is pretty standard, but we want to make sure that everything we do is perfectly accurate, or the best we can get it anyway. I know a lot of people like the Jurassic Park dinosaurs, but I mean I love them too. I wouldn't even really be sculpting right now if it wasn't for Jurassic Park, but still, you know, going beyond that, and seeing what else we can figure out, and seeing new species, and I really hope Jurassic World follows along those lines and really steps up their game. I've heard some good things. I was just reading on the internet about an hour ago that the trailer is going to be coming fairly soon, which is a shock considering the movie's like a year away from my understanding. But it'd be really cool to see a trailer, and I heard they did the smart thing and went back to animatronics, or well, not all animatronics, but some. Because I mean, let's face it, the original Jurassic Park still holds up today. And why? Because this right here, when a person's interacting in the original movie in close-up shots with the raptor, they're looking right at it. So when you're doing that, you kind of get a better sense of how scary that would probably be. So I was glad to hear that they're going back to that, and I'm looking forward to the trailer and hopefully some new dinosaurs, some more rare dinosaurs. Because I mean, between Jurassic Park and now, there's been so many cool discoveries. It'd be so cool just to see that on the screen, you know, with that kind of budget, what they could do would just be, it'd be unreal, you know. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and to think that somebody, you know, kind of like myself, a lot more talented, obviously, is sitting there sculpting just like this. You know, somebody's coming in and saying, I want these dinosaurs, and okay, let's see what we can do. You know, and this is it right here. You know, whether it's a dinosaur or an alien, this is what goes on. I imagine it's pretty much the same thing, obviously bigger shops and stuff like that. But so I'm going to tilt this down now. We're going to see where we're at here, and you can see it kind of looks like crap, and it's actually gotten a little hard. So we're going to use some of our soft clay, and I'm just going to do half of the skull, so I can get this right down the middle, and then I'll actually, before I shut this off, I will spin it around for you so you can see what it looks like on the other side. One thing I can say is that sculpting is probably one of the most relaxing things you can do. You know, it's like any form of art, I guess, like drawing and stuff, but it's just so relaxing, but so fun too, and so amazing when you actually stop and think about what you're doing. You know, like you're creating something in 3 dimensions, which is so awesome. You know, it's like going back to being a child, really, in some senses. You know, when you're playing with your He-Man or G.I. Joe or Transformers. You can probably tell how old I'm saying all that. But you know, holding those action figures and thinking, oh, it'd be so cool to be able to make these. You know, and well, this is it. You know, again, same process. So So if we look here, and I don't know if you can see, there's a little line right there, and that's kind of where the ridge starts for the brow horn. So we know that that's probably going to have to be bulked out a bit. Like, it looks pretty narrow, like it still comes to a nice point, so it's got to be really good at the top. But it still comes to a point. Very interesting. So it's definitely all, well, I can't say definitely, that's not the right word to ever use when talking about the past, things you can't see, but I mean, it's most likely that all of this, all these cool horns on the face and stuff, were just display, you know, just attracting a mate and stuff. And I'm sure that, you know, if we found a whole bunch more ceratosaurs, we would see that, you know, these obviously they grew by age, but even when they're adults, you know, some would be larger than others. Possibly, you know, the male would have larger horns than the female, and yeah, there's just so much we don't know, and which in some ways is a good thing, because if we make the horns a little larger, well, you can't get too much flack for that, because nobody can say for certain that that's not what they had. Nobody knows. We don't know exactly. Even with this bone right here, we don't know how high the keratin is over top. You know, we don't. So that's why it's really fun too. So there's a little bit of a imagination to it. So I'm gonna grab some really slimy clay right now. Just smear a little bit. Look at that. That is some slime. There we go. Just have to fill it out a little bit. It looks so choppy and stuff, but we're gonna smooth all that. We're gonna do some raking on it. We're also going to do some melting down of the clay. Actually, that looks too big. So we're just going to use a fine one here. So normally I do these sculpting videos on my Facebook page, the Dinosaur Dungeon page, but tonight, because I just wanted to get it rocking, I did it on my profile, because for some reason there's an actual live video button linked right to your profile, but if you're doing it from your Facebook page, you got to use other software. It's really a pain in the butt. I don't know why they did it that way, so hopefully they update it. I know when you do it on your phone, like, you've been able to do it quite easy for a long time. They've been kind of behind on the PC, I think, because they, I think with the PC, they just, I don't know, they think that everybody uses phones today. And, I mean, I do use my phone a lot, but when it comes to video, shooting video, I like my computer. Mind you, the phones are getting pretty sophisticated graphics-wise. So now what we're going to do, like, I'm going to have to fill in some more there, but I'm gonna turn the torch on. Oop. Look at how smooth that is. Unbelievable. It looks so shiny in the camera. It's crazy. So yeah, see, you can melt it right down now. I'm not going to touch it because for just about 30 seconds, 40 seconds, because it would just goo up on my hands. But now I've softened it right up again, and now I can start to work. And there I can make skin detail. But pretty much for this video, or this little session that I'm doing, I just want good form. So I can see that in there. I don't like that, so I'm just gonna cut it down nicely there. I think it needs a little bit of scraping here. There we go. Just a little bit. Don't want it too much. And this again takes more of the wrinkles out and makes it look more smooth. So a lot more work to do, for sure. This guy's not completed yet, but really you can see that, try to get it turned around. So this is a 15th scale Wendy Ceratops. It has a body, which is actually in the upstairs oven. So I'll have to go cut that down in just a moment when I'm done this. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed this little video, and I hope to come back with more. And I'm going to try and do some videos at Wonderfest and put them up on my YouTube channel and show you guys what it's all about. Anyway, thank you for watching.